Hey everyone, it's me, Ryan Quintel, and I'm here today with another Vector Tuts Plus quick tip. Today, we're going to be creating retro misregistered lines in Adobe Illustrator, and you'll see the effect. It'll be a lot more clear once we get into it. So, the first thing we're going to do is open up this sneaker prep file that I've created. Now, where did I get this sneaker? I got it from Vector Tuts Plus. They give it away for free, which is pretty cool, so head over to the link in the post and you can get it. I just thought it was a great piece of art to demonstrate what we're going to do today. Now check out the background. It's light blue. You can obviously choose whatever colors you want for this, but I figured that would get our point across. So the first thing we're going to do is create just a bunch of layers in our document. It doesn't really matter. I think you only need 4. And we're going to take this sneaker and we're going to copy and paste it on every layer. So select your sneaker or whatever art you're working with and hit Command C and Command F. And up here in the layers palette, drag that to the new layer. We'll do another Command F. Take that and drag it to layer 4. And one more Command F and drag that to layer 5. So now we have a whole bunch of sneakers that we'll be able to work with and manipulate. Once we have that done, let's just lock all but our top sneaker layer. We're just going to work with that one for now. First things first, we're going to take this top sneaker and we're just going to use the magic wand and select all the black lines and hit delete. We can see the black lines from the sneaker underneath, so we don't actually need them. So you can see we're left with just this white sneaker art. And then we're going to color this like it's a normal sneaker. So once this has all the black lines off of it, we're going to turn it into a live paint group. So select everything, grab the live paint tool, and come and pick a color. We're going to go with a red, somewhere in there. And for number nuts, 205061. So I'm just going to start clicking, and I'll turn it into a live paint group. So the idea is to color this sneaker in a pretty, semi-realistic way as best we can, and get this thing filled in and colored. Loop around the back. So you can see how fast we're doing this. It's a pretty swift little process with this tool, so shouldn't spend too much time on it. Once we're done there, we're going to color the inside. In fact, I'll grab this too, just in case. We're going to grab the inside lip. And to do that, let's do a yellow or a gold. That's pretty good. You can see I'm not nailing every crevice perfectly, but you can take the time with whatever your art is to really get it exactly how you want it. And I'll come in and I'll loop the underneath of these. I like that blank. And then finally, we'll choose a really dark color. And we'll just fill in the sole there. So, now we have a colored sneaker, but it's a live paint group, so we need to expand it. So go to Object and Expand to turn it back into sort of normal objects. And that's what it looks like. Next up, we're going to lock that layer and hide it. For the layer underneath that, we need just the lines. So use your magic wand, select the white, and hit delete. Now how do you know that's just the lines? We have a lot of other layers. You can hide them, or you can just drag it over. Okay, and see we just have the lines. And these lines, we're going to make those a slightly different color. So let's make them a really dark blue. Kind of an off blue. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's not quite black. I may lighten it up just a bit more for the tutorial's sake. So it's almost a grayish blue. That's perfect. Let's lock and hide that. Unlock our next layer underneath. Let's take this all and do a unite in our Pathfinder. We'll pick a color that is a slightly off yellow. And we're going to put it in multiply mode so we can see the sneaker underneath. And this is where we're going to start the misregistration. So misregistration, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically when you print something on a printing press, you have to manually align all your color layers. So when something was printed sloppily or there was a large run, sometimes you come out with these prints that aren't exactly perfect, but that harkens back to a time when printing presses were doing a lot, if not all, of the world's printing back before digital. It's not to say it doesn't happen today, but it's now used kind of on purpose to, harken back to that time. So let's select our yellow layer, and let's just tap a couple times right and twice down on our keyboard. So now we have this kind of white sticking out in this yellow stain layer, if you will. You can take that yellow and make it less intense, or make it a little bit of a green, whatever you like, whatever looks right to you, but the idea is to have this very slight, and I know it's hard to see, very slight misregistered edge. Next, we're going to lock that layer down and unlock the layer underneath it, but we won't hide that layer. The layer underneath, we'll select the sneaker and unite it. And it's all white. So this is exactly how it would be printed, right? We have this background, this blue background, that would go down as a layer of ink, and it would not print where this sneaker would print. And then there might be a coating underneath the sneaker. Maybe the sneaker is slightly yellow, so that prints on top of it. And they didn't print quite right. They misregistered. So let's lock that down and show our lines layer. Now our lines layer, we'll unlock and select that and just tap it once left and once up. And for good measure, we're going to put it on multiply mode. And what is this doing? So if we zoom in, now we have an extra misregistered edge. And then finally, our colored layer, which looks a mess at first. Make sure you unlock it. But just select your color layer and put it into multiply mode. And you get this really cool, you can see all the misregistering creates these kind of clashing lines, but when you zoom out, it creates a pretty cool effect. Now the only thing you would need to do, I would polish this off by placing in some sort of texture, a bitmap texture. If you want this one that I just placed in, it's a modified version of the one that you can get over at psdtuts.com or Photoshop Tuts, where they just gave away some Vector Grunge freebies. I've used them in other designs before. I think the Retro Vector Seal also used the same pack. We'll take that, and I'm just going to eyedropper the blue that we have there, and I'm going to put it on multiply mode. And then I'll dial down the opacity so it's a lot more subtle. I've got that down at 30% now, it looks like. But you can see that effect. It's pretty neat. I'll hit Command 2 so I get that line out of your way and lock it down. You get this sort of dirty box, printed, maybe cereal box type of effect. And that's it. That's how you do quickly stylized retro misregistered lines in Adobe Illustrator. Be sure to check back at Vector Tuts Plus for all the latest Illustrator tips and tutorials. As always, I'm Ryan Quintel of Quintel Designs. Have a great day and keep designing.